The problem with killing the big one has always been that there's not enough space in your inventory to carry all the equipment needed to kill him. Even with extensive searching, I have not been able to find a single video on YouTube in which someone kills the big one without either hacking or spending money. Thanks to my research team, I have found a way to kill the big one and clear out the infected forest using less than 16 inventory slots. This is what I brought, but if you don't have some beans saved up, I'd recommend switching this or this for 20 beef jerky. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that the minigun does not do any damage to the big one because of a glitch. And while it's true that the minigun didn't do any damage before update 1.5.6, it was not because of a glitch. The reason why many of our guns don't do any damage to the big one is because he has at least 128 armor. To put this in perspective, SWAT gear, the best gear available to us right now, only has 32 armor. 128 armor means that damage is reduced by 95%. And on top of that, Kiefer set it up that decimals always round down. So a fully modified AK-47 that starts with 18 attack is reduced by 95% to 0.9 attack and then rounded down to 0. Now that the minigun has 22 attack, it does 1 damage per shot, allowing it to do a total of 160 damage to the big one. This is significantly more than any other gun, but there is a catch. Not only does it take a second to warm up, but it also shuts itself down after around 25 shots. This is extremely annoying and in this case can be detrimental because it allows the big one to get in a lot of extra hits in the meantime. So if you're going to use the minigun, I strongly recommend using this very annoying tactic of entering, clicking auto as soon as the big one gets in range, healing once, and then exiting right when the minigun starts to cool down. This will make you use half the food and more importantly, half the armor. A set of gear has 150 hits until it breaks, so an important part of this strategy is killing the big one before he hits you 300 times. The shotgun has 70 attack, which is reduced by 95% and then rounded down to 3. Since the shotgun is only good for 40 shots, each shotgun does a total of 120 damage. This isn't as much as the minigun, but it is much less annoying to use. In fact, the shotgun is by far my favorite weapon to use against the big one. But you can't just stand there and click it on auto. If you bring the 9 shotguns needed to kill the big one and just stick your character on auto, you will use over 3 sets of SWAT gear and almost 100 first aid kits. The key to using the shotgun is to move in between shots. This not only lets you shoot faster, but it slows down how fast the big one can hit you. It takes a while to get the hang of it, but after doing it a few times, you get really good at it. In fact, if I had 9 more shotguns, I could probably go back and kill him using 1 set of SWAT gear and 25 first aid kits. Whenever a randomly generated enemy comes at you, wait until he gets kind of close and then exit the area. Switch to the gun you want to use and then go back in. If you waited until he got close, then he should still be there, which will allow you to kill him before the big one gets to you. You can see that several times during this video I kind of freak out and heal myself well before I needed to. This isn't great, but at the same time I had a lot of health packs left over at the end, so I guess sometimes it's better safe than sorry. After you kill him, make sure you take a picture and send it to me on Facebook. I'll post it on my Facebook page and then claim the ultimate prize of the Bunker Zulu access card. There aren't a ton of enemies in the infected forest, and the loot in the chest seem to be the same or even worse than the red zone. Also, AI players start appearing after the big one is killed. Out of the 3 that attacked me, none of them had guns. Lastly, there are only 5 iron deposits in the infected forest, but the drop rate of bauxite is so much better that you will still leave with about the same amount of bauxite that you would have gotten from farming an entire red zone. So even with that, it was obviously not worth the resources to kill a big one, but I did get to complete my collection with the Bunker Zulu access card, which will be required of anyone who wants to join my clan. I'm just kidding. But actually, on that note, I am planning to start assembling a clan here in the near future, and I want to know how many of you are interested in joining it. So to give me a gauge, if you're interested in joining my clan, please comment below with your name, level, and the server you're on. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to Games Lab. Guys, this guy is a graphics designer, and he has his own YouTube channel that has around the same amount of subscribers as me, and yet he took the time to completely revamp my YouTube channel's look. For free. He usually comments. If you see it, please thank him for me. Alright guys, that's it for now. I'll see you next time.